We're live. Ooh. Welcome. What? You just immediately? I want to start this, and you just come and drop me.
Oh come on! Where's the fun? Sorry.
You're not even. You're not even in the podcast. You're just sitting there, and you just interrupt me at the beginning. Welcome, Loudmouths of the internet, to the Loathsome Loudmouths podcast with today's honorary Loudmouth, Metal of Age, and your guest, Trolumbo. Your guest, your host. I'm the guest today. I'm just we found the guest for once. See, I'm here. Yeah, fuck this shit. Well, anyway, as I said, there's just two of us here. I mean, Perry's just sitting there watching the chat. I mean,
And watching the stream buffer.
Okay, that's not good.
Can I ask you this?
What?
The ingestion settings where you change how much FPS it is and that. Did you touch that by any chance?
No. I didn't even know you have to do shit about that. What the fuck do I know about live streaming bullshit? What did I do?
Sorry, take go see my boobs. Right. Yeah. Well, you're not dropping any frames.
No.
Okay, no, it should be good. You're at 30 FPS. So. It
See?
may buffer a bit, but.
I'm glad that bullshit's over. With all that shit happening, I would have to say that we have to redo this whole thing. Let's just do a new intro. Welcome, Loudmouths of the internet, to the Loathsome Loudmouths podcast with today's honorary Loudmouth, Metal of Age, and your host, Trolumbo.
Sure, is that your guess?
What? Anyway, what? Yeah, okay. Earlier I said guest in the fucking footage that fucked up because of the video quality. Now the audio quality's gone back to shit. It's either or. There's no and.
I think also with the audio, it's just for some reason all of it is really quiet. Just so you know.
Yeah, but I can ramp up mine a bit. Is the output like?
But now I'm also quiet. I think.
Let me see how the output is. The output's supposed to be at maximum here, so that's I can do the raise it up in OBS still. Can you talk?
Hello. I'm talking.
Like your output is higher now. My output is higher. Can you talk at the same time as I'm talking now?
Okay. I don't know how to either.
Okay. Well, that should be about good enough, I say. And yeah, I think it's pretty much confirmed that the crackling is down to Perry's computer, like the audio glitches there. So the only solution for this is getting a new laptop at one point.
Right, you know what you just did?
What?
You were both at the same volume on stream.
Yeah?
You've just turned turned him up full fucking blast.
I turned him down again. Jeez. Calm down. We were testing the audio.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What's meant to be?
I'm really not
Good.
fucking.
Don't
I'm really not
touch
loud at all.
the fucking settings. It is set perfectly.
It wasn't. It was quiet as fuck.
It was incredibly quiet.
Well, anyway.
It's either this, or this.
No, for him it's fucking quiet.
To you,
No,
yes.
for the live
For
stream,
him.
it's fucking
him?
quiet.
Okay.
So he can't hear you?
The live stream is fucking quiet.
Oh,
I
you're
can hear
checking.
you like really loud. Just
Yeah, but Perry
on
was
the live-
checking the live stream and that
Yeah.
doesn't seem too quiet. Anyway, it's down to something, I guess. Oh, the crackling is annoying me so much. I really need to get a new laptop so I can have a decent laptop that's better than Perry's laptop and better than my laptop. So we don't have any audio glitches or any fucking visual shit going on. That's shit. So, yeah, that's a future investment. Anyway, let's actually get into the podcast because there's been enough shit.
I hope the viewers don't find it too quiet.
I don't know. From what I heard from Perry's, when Perry looking at the stream, it's not too quiet. So who knows?
Really?
I can
Okay.
I can still put mine up to
That's good.
maximum, but then it's like really loud when it's, and then you can hear the cars because the window's open because it's fucking boiling here. Anyway, let's actually move on to the first thing. The little known fact. This little known fact is like kinda straight up your alley, even though it's a bit of a weird one. It's about birds. It's kind of about parrots, but not really. It's about ravens. Because I've looked up some shit. I didn't look up the statistics on how this works or something. I meant the logistics, basically saying. It says that ravens in captivity can learn to speak better than fucking parrots. Then I said some... then I had to put that quote on there. Yeah. Just had to do that. I mean, doesn't that sound cool, though? The ravens are apparently better at speaking than parrots. Just sounds nice. But aren't they, like, more prone to aggression anyway?
I have no idea.
Because, like, I know that also if you get an animal and you get to, like, breed it, and to show, like, certain habits or certain, like, or to behave a certain way, with that you might change the appearance of the animal as well, because there was the research on the foxes that they tried to like create a pet out of a fox by getting tame foxes, like picking out the tamest ones, like the ones that were like most seeking human attention, and in doing so, like the offspring that they produced had like over time smaller tails and like droopy ears, so they didn't really look like foxes anymore, and they like started looking like dogs. So maybe if you start breeding with ravens so you can have like tame ravens, you may just lose some of its looks as well. So who knows? Maybe there's no future in singing ravens, but maybe there is. If you want to be the first to try and just sell singing ravens, whatever, try that, I guess. I don't know. But it is an option.
Do it.
Wasn't there like a movie, like a Disney movie or something that's considered racist that had like singing ravens in it or something? I don't even remember. I think that was a thing. But anyway, that's like completely beside the point. Let's actually move on to the first thing. The first article of the day. Let's hope this works now.
Which is it?
Oh, damn. No, that's still the thing. Oh, yeah. Damn it. Let's see, because the things were rearranged. Ta-da! Now I have the articles there. Whew. Maybe we should start with the end of our title, and the one well, I would say the ones that you picked, but you picked all of the articles this time, so that's not even gonna narrow it down. So, Flat Earther compares world to Pac Man in UK's first Flat Earth convention. This is the first.
convention.
Yeah, but it says the first ever in the UK. That means, like, does it mean that people in the UK are getting progressively dumber?
Yes.
If that just starts happening there. What was it last time? Last time it was a dog vaccination shit that flew over from America. Like, hey, we're dumb and we don't want to vaccinate our animals so they get, like, preventable diseases. What more can we do to show that we're as dumb as Americans? Let's also start a flat Earth convention. Great. Proponents of the theory. Oh, god damn it.
Oh my
How can
god.
that still even be a thing? How? Like, what is...
Why?
What I don't get about this is... What is gained from lying about the fucking shape of the globe, of the world? What can you gain from that? Like, if you're a government or something, why would you want to keep it a secret if the Earth is flat?
I don't know.
What is gained from lying about it? So why would anyone lie about the fucking thing to begin with? That's the first thing I don't get. Because it's all this conspiracy shit, like there's always has to be a gain for someone. Obviously there's like fucking idiots who believe like, there's the Illuminati with like fucking diabolic shit, but if you don't even believe in like a devil or some shit like that, then that's something that just completely just is taken out of the mix. What else? And what would the devil even gain from like telling people that the Earth is round when it's flat? With people falling over the edge? And then he can be like, ha 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 ha, you fell over the edge, now you're in hell. Is that how it works? There's like a flat Earth, and on the sides when you fall down, you fall straight to hell? Does that mean that there's an actual stairway to heaven somewhere? Just like on top of the flat Earth? It's like a spiral staircase that just goes up.
What the fuck?
What?
And I already read something further, like with a tweet, but never mind.
Yeah, okay, let's just start with this. Who's gonna read the article this time around?
I don't mind.
Okay. That's just, you can just start.
Okay. The latest Flat Earth Theory conference was just held in Birmingham in the UK, and as expected, the presentations were really strange.
Yeah. I can imagine
Similar conferences have taken place in the past, but the Flat Earth Theory seems to be growing in popularity.
Why? 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 What's next? What's the next thing to come to the UK? The fact that like vaccines cause autism? Oh no, that's already... Oh yeah, they were talking about pets last time. Damn. So that's already a thing. Oh my god.
200 people reportedly attended the event, participating in lectures, workshops, and social events.
Workshops?
Flat Earthers generally believe that the world is some sort of flat plane floating in space. Right. I love it with a tweet.
Yeah, what does it say?
The Flat Earth UK convention has been a roaring success. We're so happy. See the movement grow at such an energetic pace. And with the article, Blow claims he has proof gravity is not real. He has proof that gravity is not real.
Is he gonna jump out of a window or something? I just want to see that.
I want to see that too. I'll cheer him on.
Just go on the top of an apartment building and just jump down. Then we can see if gravity exists or not. I mean, that works.
Yeah, and if he feels the need to have safety measures, then he doesn't truly believe in his cause.
Yeah, that's true. Damn.
So yeah,
Okay.
prove it.
But I mean, even if you don't believe in the round Earth, why would there not be gravity? Like,
Gravity?
like, what, are you gonna fly away or something?
Yes.
What is keeping us on? Is there like magnets attached to our feet or something?
Possibly.
I don't get this bullshit. Anyway, what does it say next?
Next, it says theories about how this work vary.
I mean, the article is probably
written. Work?
Yeah, the article is probably written by somebody out of Flat Earth Society. That's what.
But he even says that the presentation was strange.
Yeah.
One commonly held belief is that the Earth is a floating plane with Antarctica as its center and a wall of ice at its edge. What? This wall of ice is believed to be protected by NASA to stop people from trying to climb it? What?
Why? What do they gain from that?
Obviously, flat Earth theories often raise more questions than they answer.
I guess so, because if you, I mean,
But
that's always when you come up with bullshit. Then you can it just
it never answers anything because it doesn't make sense.
because it's bullshit. It just
Yeah.
raises more questions.
But a new theory proposed at the conference aims to solve the most obvious one, which is why don't people just fall off the edge of the planet if they travel too far in one direction? But so you're basically always gonna find a wall of ice.
I guess
Right?
so. But what about the ice? The ice that's melting.
What if you go? Wait, what?
But the ice is melting, so maybe it's also melting on the side of the planet, and then people are gonna fall over it. Maybe the first people to fall are the Nazi. What? Why the fuck was I gonna say Nazi people? NASA people that are on the edge.
Yeah.
Just gonna be crushed by icebergs and then just gonna be tossed into hell.
If you like to believe flat Earth theories, you have to be on the edge of insanity
I guess so, yeah.
and retardation. The Earth is a game of Pac Man. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
That's it. It can't possibly get any dumber as this.
I mean, yeah, that's every morning I get up and I guzzle as many balls as I can,
Yeah.
and then I go back.
I always wake up and I'm like, and then I'm always being chased by ghosts.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's what.
And then
Maybe
I
this.
eat some fruit and then I go chase the ghosts and eat them instead.
Maybe this person is actually so insane that he sees ghosts. That's why he proposed that theory. Fucking hell.
Anyway, conference speaker and local retard Darren Nesbitt has the answer.
He thinks.
We know we know that continuous east-west travel is a reality, he said. No one has ever come to or crossed a physical boundary. One logical possibility for those who are truly free thinkers is that space-time wraps around and we get a Pac Man effect.
What's a Pac Man effect? That's the thing that he just literally made up. He just blew that out of his ass.
So, what Nesbitt offers is a theory that suggests, just like in Pac Man, when you get to the edge of the screen, or in this case the Earth, you simply appear back on the opposite side.
Okay.
Some old NES games and arcade games were right about how the world works.
I mean, that makes sense why you don't just fall off of it. But how the fuck do you just go into space then?
Because it's a space-time,
Yeah.
and he said that it's one logical possibility.
I mean, it's a possibility, but it's not really logical. I mean, scrap the fact that it's even a possibility. It's just bullshit. Oh my god.
Flat Earth believers appear to have a considerable interest in science and space.
Really? I mean, not
Maintain
enough, it
deep
seems.
distrust of scientists and the broader scientific community. So it's only like everyone suffers from like paranoia and shit.
Yeah, I guess something like that.
They're after me. The ghosts.
They're trying to flatten my Earth. What? Doesn't make sense.
Flat Earthers fall into a group of people that psychologists broadly describe as conspiracy theory believers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, obviously. Karen Douglas, a psychologist at the University of Kent, told Life Science that the flat earthers she has met do seem genuinely convinced of what they are talking about.
I mean, that makes sense, otherwise they wouldn't be spouting that bullshit so, like, spreading it so much.
Yes.
Fuck.
It seems to me that these people do generally believe that the Earth is flat. I'm not seeing anything that sounds as if they're just putting that idea out there for any other reason.
Uh,
She went on to describe how all conspiracy theories share the same narrative. Well, yeah,
I mean, there's always kind of something bullshitty like that.
they always
Anyway,
believe in the shit.
um, there is a bit of a problem here, though. I'm not
What is?
really feeling that well. So can you finish the article without me, or just do something?
Okay.
Because I really don't feel well. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
As soon as I can.
Um. So about the conspiracy theories, each of them presents an alternative idea about a theory or event that does against the more broadly accepted version. To reconcile their beliefs, often vague explanations are given. Yeah, because science has proof, and they were like, "Oh, how are? Here's an idea, without any proof. Let's tell this bullshit that I truly believe for some reason because I'm paranoid as fuck and don't believe anyone." One of the major points of appeal is that they explain a big event, but often without going into details. She said, "A lot of the power lies in the fact that they are vague." Yeah, but why would you believe something vague? Like, shouldn't the only thing that you're interested in be proof? Why would you believe something without any proof? I mean, you can say the same about religion. Just there's just no proof, so why believe it? But then again, a, the difference between flat Earth and a religion is that they actually have proof about the Earth being like, how the fuck do you say it? Like fucking awful, like round shit. Earth is round and not just flat. It's 3D, not 2D. The Earth isn't 2D. What is interesting about flat earthers is their passion for educating the world on their theory. Educating. We can just throw that word around nowadays, I guess. Many flat earthers, when questioned how they got to their point of view, will say they have studied the theory from online video and blogs. Right, they just basically listened and be like, "Oh yeah, I don't want to believe proof, so I'm just gonna go with this one that has no proof and it's purely bullshit." If you're faced with a minority viewpoint that is put forward in an intelligent, seemingly well-informed way, and when the proponents don't deviate from those strong opinions they have, they can be very influential. We call it minority influence. think you. I don't see any other point than you just being ignorant and wanting to be paranoid and just being fucking stupid in the first place. Like, there's no other way you can actually believe that shit, can you? What do you guys watching this video think? Even though I think only one person is watching. Do you believe the Earth is flat? Fuck. Now I don't really know what to do next because that's the end of the article. I have to wait for Trolumbo to return so he can show another article. He can put the other article on screen. So This is a short section where you can just if someone's actually watching this, you can actually type something, ask anything that you want to talk about, and I will do my best to talk about it. Or in the meantime, I can also just look up some actually flat Earth theory proof, because that should be fun. Uh, well, the first things you find when you look up flat Earth theory proof is 8 times flat Earthers tried to challenge science and failed in 2017. And even a kid can prove the Earth is round. So, oh, there's a flat Earth wiki. Let's check that out. Because who knows? Who knows what we... Is this side a joke? No, it's not. Okay, so this is the real deal. The Flat Earth Society. What evidence do you have? The evidence for a flat Earth is derived from many different facets of science and philosophy. The simplest is by relying on one's own senses to discern the true nature of the world around us. What? The world looks flat. The bottoms of the clouds are flat. Kind of 3D, but okay. The movement of the sun. These are all examples of your senses telling you that we do not live on a spherical, heliocentric... No, it isn't. It simply isn't. I can't fucking read this shit. It's fucking bullshit. Ah, man. Fuck this shit.
Did the article finish?
Yeah.
Were you talking about something else or something?
I was just talking about Flat Earth. I found the fucking Flat Earth Society website.
Hey, we're
And I
just
was
checking
reading some evidence that
Yeah.
they had. And for them, they mean evidence as in, oh, as you can see it all yourself, like your senses show you that the world is clearly not spherical and shit like that. Okay, just shut up and fucking either get a brain transplant or just don't exist.
What the fuck is this bullshit? Yeah. Doesn't make any sense. They should send them all into space.
Yeah. And then they can see a round world.
Yeah. Anyway, that's some bullshit. Let's move away from that bullshit. Yeah, this is, worse, I guess. Wait, this article is unreadable. How is it unreadable?
Which one?
The video shows off a deputy off-duty officer pulling gun on man mistakenly suspected of
stealing
Mentos, because stealing Mentos is apparently a horrible thing.
Where does it say that it's unreadable?
No, but if I try to look at the text in the article, it's all blurry and white.
Really?
Yeah.
Not with me.
What the fuck? I guess you'll have to read it. But I guess we should watch the video or something first. Because it's clearly there.
Oh yeah. Hey, now it also happened.
Oh shit. I just watched the video instead then.
So my wife says,
Okay, you're
grab me
gonna have
some
to count
mints.
down though.
So I walk in. Grab
Oh shit, I already
$60
started
out of
it.
Oh fuck
Oops.
you!
Okay.
Started.
Okay. It's at 0. Did you
Okay.
just press play and put it to 0?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, play.
So my wife says, grab me some mints. So I walk in, grabbed $60 out of the ATM. I went, I saw some Mentos, grabbed them, and I put them on the counter, and I gave the cashier $20.
Oh, you. I thought you. How much are these? 119.
So, as he's getting my change,
Oh,
he already
okay,
gave me
then.
the loose change. As he gets my change, I grab the Mentos and put it in my left, the jacket pocket. And as soon as I put it in my pocket, then I hear someone behind me with a loud voice say, "I'm a police officer. Take that out of your pocket."
Hey, keep that back. 15 cents a day. Police officer. Oh, I paid for it. Put it back.
Oh, he just pulled out his gun like an idiot.
Put it back.
I don't think he's allowed to do that, is he?
No, he should be fucking fired and shouldn't be allowed to be a police officer anymore.
Get your cash and leave.
It's a fucking stick of Mentos. Even
Why
if he
does
was
he-
stealing it, you shouldn't fucking fling your gun out, you fucking retard.
Why the fuck does he have to take his cash back and
Did he
leave?
pay for this? Yeah. He paid for it? Yeah. Are you sure? Mm-hmm. My apologies.
Yeah, he's fucking sure, you dumb shit!
I go, "I just paid for that." So I'm trying to explain to him that I just paid for that.
You should
and
be
he's just
fucking
so
fired.
adamant
Shouldn't be
about
allowed to be a police officer anywhere anymore, you dumb
treating me
fucking
like a
idiots.
criminal.
Fucking
I didn't
fucktard.
I didn't feel like initial fear. I felt more like anger because
yeah.
Yeah.
nowadays we see all these videos on Facebook and about cops mistreating people.
Yeah, especially in
and
America,
that
like
went through
this.
my mind. It's like,
Fucking
are you
hell.
serious?
Cops can't do no wrong in that
This
fucking
is happening
shithole, it
right
seems.
now? And so it made me mad. At the same time, it scared me because I thought this guy can shoot me. And what if my wife's in the car and so I thought like, my wife could be a widow after tonight. Like in that moment, it was just like a heated, and he was so arrogant and,
Yeah.
almost like cocky, because he holds a badge, because he's a cop. I just felt anger most of all. I feel like I'm going crazy. I feel like I can't get it out of my mind. And then I see my wife stressing over it,
If-
and we just feel like we
As
can't
a
trust
store
cops no more.
owner,
I feel like
Are you allowed
I've seen
to,
a lot of
to
videos
tell the
of
cop
cops
to
mistreating
just
people,
leave
but
the
I never
store?
thought it would happen to me. And I just feel
I hope you would
disappointed. I
be.
feel disappointed. Like I can respect the agency, the position of authority, and because even when he
That's not how it should
identified
work
himself as a
anyway.
police officer, he told me take that out of your pocket. I complied. We learn to comply, especially when they're holding a gun at you. But now I feel disappointed that
They shouldn't be
I
holding a
was
gun at
mistreated,
you anywhere.
harassed,
Unless you
when I did-
fucking
when I did nothing
seem to
wrong.
have something somewhere.
Yeah, just fucking. Oh no, Mentos. We should make sure to shoot him if he doesn't lay it back.
Anyway, we can't really read the article, but I guess most of the things were said in the video anyway. I don't know why this happened, but the fucking article is unreadable. Anyway, that was really annoying. Fucking hell. There should really be more, like, they should crack down more on police officers. I don't know if there's, like, a legit reason in America that officers are so fucking on edge compared to here. Like, that would never happen here, is what I'm
No,
saying.
it wouldn't.
I don't know why it happens there, why everyone's like, oh my god, it's hurt. Every time something happens, it seems like they're always going out like the worst thing. The shop, like the fucking TV show, Cops, was also disgusting when you see the shit that happens there. It's like, hey, see this? Oh my god, this is justice. I mean, somebody had some weed and then they beat the shit out of him and they drag him along. Yeah, that makes so fucking sense. Fucking dumbasses.
By the way, just
Yeah.
so you know, from someone else who's watching our live stream,
Yeah.
I've actually come to find out that the audio of our live stream actually is pretty quiet. Like I said.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Because what I can see, what it's sending out here, what I can see in the OBS itself, It's not going towards the red like the maximum, but it's like pretty close. So it should be good. That's weird. Huh. There's not much we can do about it anyway. It's like it should be like it normally is. There's nothing set more quiet or anything.
Right.
Anyway, let's move to the article about something more uplifting. K9 won't get into car without belly rub. I see what a cute picture as well. Like a dog's like. It looks really at ease. Ta-da!
That's the sound dogs make. They're like,
Yeah, we could hear like Phileas when you said that. It was like. He did like.
no, Philly, shut up.
That's what happens. We've all had those days. We just don't want to go to work. Apparently, working animals are no different, no matter how well they're trained. Django, the police dog, wouldn't start his beat. His beat? Okay.
His beat?
Yo, I'm a dog. Anyway. Until he has his payment in the form of a belly rub.
No way. Fucking greedy fuck.
Cassie Colston was recorded recently with her husband when her husband tried to get his partner into the vehicle. But Django just laid on the grass, wagging his tail, waiting and refusing to start his day. ABC News reported. Once the rubs were done, Django hopped right into his spot.
No, there's a video?
Yeah, I want to see this as well.
Okay. Did you already click?
No. Now I clicked on it, but I have to pause it because it's taking ages to load. Okay. I'm gonna position it so it's 3, 2, 1, go. He's just like wagging, like he's not even enthusiastically wagging his tail, like flap, flap, and then he stops.
Like, I'm waiting. Come on. Rub my belly.
He just like half-assedly got up and then laid down again. What was this filmed with?
A potato.
It seems like, geez, in this day and age, what the fuck was this filmed with?
What's that? Positive reinforcement?
I mean, I get that not
Okay.
everyone has like an
There.
iPhone 7 or like, that's not even the newest version, but I mean like, I know that not everyone has like a fucking newest version of whatever fucking brand of phone. But this just looks like it's recorded with a 10-year-old phone or something. But anyway, that was so
Could
cute.
be. It could be a 10-year-old phone. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh my god. This is Django, a hardworking canine officer who just this once didn't feel like going into the office, refusing to get into his partner's vehicle unless he got a belly rub. And it's only Tuesday.
Wait,
Aw.
I'm confused.
That was just the tweet thing that it says under the video.
No, about the belly rub. When we were reading that,
Yeah.
Gigs and Gains said in the chat, microwave most likely.
Micro rape? What?
Microwave.
Oh. I understood micro rape. It's like microaggressions, but like with rape,
No.
it's just like somebody just doing something.
But I don't get it. Like,
Microwave?
yeah.
No, I don't get it either. I'm just confused actually.
Yeah, me too.
That was kind of confusing. Let's
What
move on to the article that we had kind of last time. We had that in the, how would I say, in the I was gonna say tweets and twats, but that was another thing. In straight up the twit hole, the Kipao prom dress that caused a culture furor in the U.S. Well, because the U.S. is always up in arses. Because fucking
Oh.
yeah,
He said that it's recorded with a microwave, most likely, the video.
or the phone has been in a microwave,
Yeah.
like prior to recording this.
Yeah.
It's either of those things. Anyway, so it draws head scratching in China.
Yeah, because they're probably smart enough to be like, how the fuck does this matter?
Yeah. But yeah, then again, let's see what it's talked about. One of the things that I think that one of the things that Onyx said could have been wrong about the dress as well. Didn't she say that like the high slit version of those dresses were actually like for prostitutes and
I
stuff?
don't know.
This seems like a pretty high slit. Is this the regular like cut for it? It goes up pretty high. I think that's pretty high for well, if you look at it from Western standards, that's pretty high for a traditional dress. So, I don't know. Anyway. I mean, everyone else has more like a definitely traditional Western type of dress. Anyway, what did they say about it this time? Taipei, New York Times. When Keziah Daum wore a Chinese-style dress to her high school prom, that kind of rhymes, in Utah, it set off an uproar, but not because of its tight fit or thigh-high slit. That kind of rhymed as well. Who wrote this? Dr. Seuss? No. After Daum, 18, shared pictures on social media of her prom night, a Twitter user named Jeremy Lamb hotly responded in a post that has been retweeted nearly 42,000 times for some reason, saying,
Maybe.
"My culture is not your prom dress," he wrote, adding profanity for effect. But didn't we see, like, when we talked to Onyx, didn't she also say that this type of dress is specifically for a certain group of people in China as well? So the thing that kind of confuses me about that is, like, would this Jeremy Lamb be somebody who falls under that group of people that actually traditionally wear that type of dress, or is he just a Chinese person that doesn't know his own culture and is like just like, that's a Chinese dress, I'm Chinese, so I should be offended? Because in that case, that's extra stupid.
Pretty sure most people who were offended were American anyway.
Yeah, because it's that's the thing that the scene. The thing that I've learned from talking to Onyx about that stuff is that I can kind of to some degree see why people are more prone to that shit, when obviously if you have a certain religion or a certain culture, and somebody constantly attacks you for it, you may be more prone to defend it than if you're allowed to just have your culture. Then you're more relaxed about it and you can just joke about it. That's what we have here, because people aren't really prosecuted for their culture and shit. That people just can joke about it freely because they don't feel like they have to defend it constantly. I feel like that's a difference there. But then again, the other thing that we said is, I don't want to be judged by American standards constantly, because there's too much American shit and everything is too Americanized anyway. So fuck you, America, anyway.
Yeah, Americans don't fucking control the internet.
And they don't control fucking
don't
morals
control-
anyway.
Yeah,
I don't want them to control fucking morals. Their
They
morals
fucking-
are shit. So I
If
don't
they
give a
fucking
fuck.
control morals, then you have to fucking watch out with everything you do. Because then one who uses logic would see that everything is wrong with those kind of morals.
Oh
Fucking
yeah.
breeding would be wrong.
Did you see the video that I shared
No.
earlier? It's something. You know the Count Dankula guy that got like a fine for having his dog do the like Nazi salute when they said like the Heil Hitler or something. I don't even know what it was. It that.
I don't know.
Apparently,
If it's that,
During-
then it shouldn't fucking punished in the first
No,
place.
no, no. You
I
know
think.
what's worse? What's worse than that? During World War II, in Sweden, there was a guy who taught his dog, who named his dog Hitler or something, and every time he spoke to the dog would like do the salute as well. You know what happened? The Nazis knew about it. They tried to like work against, like, because he had a pharmacy or something. They tried to boycott that a bit, but after a while they thought like, yeah, this isn't worth like persecuting this shit, so they gave up. So even the fucking Nazis knew to stop and not persecute that shit.
Even the
Because
fucking Nazis had more logic.
that means that like the fucking title said of the video that I shared, that the the UK was more fascist than the fucking fascists, basically. What the fuck is this world come to if that's the case?
Basically like Antifa.
Yeah. That's
Fascists are running an anti-fascist group.
yeah, it's like wolves in sheep's clothing, basically. They
Yeah.
act like they're like, hey, we're here to suppress your thoughts with violence. That's not the core tenet of fascism.
The thing that bothers me is that everyone should be able to see that.
Yeah, but they're just dumb.
Because it's so fucking obvious.
I see. Here's the thing I don't understand. Why is this so? I saw I saw a documentary yesterday as well called "Welcome to Leith." It's about where like some fucking retarded like Nazi retard that just like uh what should I say? It was like one of the most well known people, like Stump, basically kind of. I don't know how he got there because they don't really show that part because I don't think they talked so in depth with him. He discovered that there was a village in America with a mayor that had only 25 residents. So he was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy property there. I'm gonna buy some property and then donate some property to some of my some of his fucking Nazi friends, so that they could have like a majority and stuff. But the weird thing is, like, no matter how grim the documentary also seemed, because you had like, well, these people have to live with the fact that there's like a neo-Nazi there and they can't do shit about that. And they were walking around with guns because it was America and shit. So it's extra threatening. And he even donated like a small building next to his house to like some National Socialist Party in America or something. And they came there for a few occasions as well. So it's just, if you see that type of shit, you know that definitely, on one hand, you know that racism definitely is still alive and kicking because that documentary is from 2015. But,
Yeah, but
it isn't
the
really that
problem is-
popular because here's the other thing: the positive message that wasn't like overtly put out by the documentary itself, but that was more of me thinking about it. It was like this guy kept proclaiming he was like one of the most well-known, one of the most popular, like white nationalists or something. But even what he got there is he had himself there. He gave a building to the National Socialist Party, who were there just on 2 occasions, but afterwards, like, they never showed up or something. And he just got another guy and his family to stay there. If you think about that, that means one thing: they don't really have that many people. And they don't really have that many people dedicated to their fucking cause that they could. It was just a village of 25 people. All he needed was to get like another 25 people, and he would be in like he would have the same number of people. If he had 26 people from all across America come there, he would have had more people than were already in the village. Because the 25 even includes children. So what that means to me is that even one of the most popular racists couldn't even find 25 people to actually take over that village. So that just means that their numbers aren't even that high. So when it comes to like the real racist type of shit, there's just very limited numbers of people who are that racist. It's just that. I mean, there's probably people who have a dislike against certain cultures or races or something. That's probably more likely. So there's definitely gradations. It's not like everyone's like super racist or not racist at all. There's like obviously like grades in between, and people who just hate like certain types of people for no reason or whatever. So there's a bit of everything there. So yeah,
Yeah, but that's the only thing that you can truly call racist. If there's a hate towards another race,
yeah, like
it's
from
just wearing a fucking dress because you like it. How is that racist?
I mean I see I still
Does
don't
drinking coffee make you racist? Because coffee, it's not from your local place, you know.
yeah, it's the same with tea. Like tea
Yeah.
originally.
It gets imported. Are we not allowed to eat bananas outside of Brazil?
I mean, there were bananas in Tenerife when we were there. So
Yeah,
there's bananas there. So I don't know. It doesn't even. It
that
doesn't even.
became most popular to the Brazil
Yeah, but the
export
thing even
nation.
if you think about it even further, if you think about it like, where do you draw the line? Where does someone else's culture start and where does your end? Because don't they like significantly overlap in a lot of areas?
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Just a lot of people are just stupid.
Because it's all the time it's
And
like white
it
America and black
just
America, and then I mean
um,
when you talk about Europe, what should we talk about Europe as a whole? Because there's a big difference in Europe. I think there's probably more variation in cultures in Europe than there is in the US. Because every
hmm,
country is more. I mean, there's difference between states, but like there's general layout as well in those countries. So in those states, so I don't even know. But I still have yet to understand what's so important about this whole cultural thing itself.
yeah, that it really isn't.
Just people wanting to find something. And I guess a part of it is, like I said, is probably some type of escapism as
Yeah, but
well.
you obviously see what m- a lot of these people's culture is, which is being offended for no reason.
Hmm.
You can literally say that it's part of their culture for how they react. Like
Yeah.
they were like, I still stand because no one convinced me otherwise so far. I stand with what I said in response on Twitter, and that is that this is literally just wanting to complain about something, so they complain about this.
Yeah, I feel like this is mostly just um, because
And
there's
if
so
you
many
look at
shit
it
that they can't.
logically, there's no other way to fucking see it.
But I think it's really like I said. There's it feels like something that they may have a grip on. It's like a type of escapism, like the actual problems that can't be fixed, like the actual underlying problems that cause to this being a problem. Because the only reason they perceive this as a problem is because there is an actual problem underneath it that nobody wants to tackle or that they don't want to.
Eh, They're just going for the thing that isn't a problem.
Yeah. It's the
I'm
same as
pretty
with the.
sure most of these people, they would much rather complain about this than if in right in front of their eyes something actual racist happens. They're gonna
Yeah,
see
but
this
it's.
as a bigger problem for some reason.
That's the thing, like everything is about race in the United States as well. Because even if you look at it, like, for example, if you look at Martin Luther King Jr., they always like point like at him for his like, and they always attribute like the anti racism thing towards him, but he also had like more towards the end of his life. He also had he also focused on classes and classes of people, and one of the things that he discovered as well was that there isn't much of a difference between lower class white people and lower class black people. I think it even said that the difference between lower class white people and lower class black people is smaller than the difference between lower class and higher class black people. So
Yeah,
that
I'm
that
pretty.
money and
But
what you have at your disposal is more of a defining of your culture, of your character, than basically your race.
and you also aren't supporting equality if you start complaining about white people, because a lot of people
Mm?
like what was it, like a rich black guy on YouTube that you said, who said that a homeless white guy on the street has more privilege than him or something like that.
Yeah, that's kind of
See,
disgusting.
that's almost, you would, that would, I would see that as racist.
And it is definitely dumb because there's only
Yeah,
one thing that can give you absolute like closest to the absolute freedom in this world, and it is money. There's nothing else. Not being of a certain race, not
yeah,
being of a certain
should
gender.
be, it should be considered literally the same as a rich white guy saying that a homeless black guy on the street has more privilege than him. It should
Yeah.
be equal.
If there's one
But
type of conspiracy theory that I kind of would subscribe to because it seems so believable, is that the media, or at least who runs the media, in definitely in the United States, does such a good job at having people of different races within the same class struggle like fight among each other so that they wouldn't fucking unite, and so that they wouldn't see like, hey, we're actually pretty much the same. Shouldn't we be mad about at the people who just basically make money off our backs? Oh yeah, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should just not fight among each other and just fight those people instead. So it seems like, I don't know. It seems like the fucking the way the media works is just constantly as an aggravator of those like race relationships. It's like, okay, let's see how we can stir up more racial hate this time. Oh yeah, this happened. Guess what? One of the people was white and the other one was black. So it's an act of race violence. See? Like they always focus on that so much, while if you look at statistics, like you're more likely to be attacked or killed by someone your own race, because a lot of the times people are more, well, because a lot of the times when people kill someone, it is someone they know that is like the person that did it. So um, because a lot of people just stay in their own circles, and apparently that often means people just staying in their own racial group, that means that a lot of the times people who kill them are just the same race as them. So it's not even that it's like, oh, it's just. But the problem is, and that's the worst thing from seeing the documentary, there isn't much of a difference in the way people act who are like racist in general. Like
no,
people who think people who think that their race and their culture is being attacked all act the same. These fucking like extreme racists that I saw in the documentary yesterday, the way they responded wasn't much different from people who feel like their race and values are under attack that aren't white, or that aren't white supremacists. There's just such a there is too much there that's similar, that it frightens me. And that I'm glad that I don't live in that shithole.
mm,
But I just hate that the fact everything is always viewed through the American lens. And these fucking Americans can't see that there's other people who have different values because their entire like society is different from theirs. So that's just always gets on my nerves. Anyway, let's get back to this shit here. Um so yeah. I'm proud of my culture, he wrote in another post, for it to simply be subject to American consumerism and cater to white audience in parallel to colonial ideology. I mean, isn't to some degree doesn't every country have somewhat of a colonial past or present.
Yeah, but he's saying that for a white person to wear that, it would be the same as fucking colonizing.
I mean, colonizing doesn't even have to. Colon, colonizing in modern days, like, okay, people. I know history is important, but get your heads out of your history books because there's a huge difference between back in the day and now. Back in the day, it used to be countries that colonized other countries. Now it's not. It doesn't have to do with countries. It's not like America is colonizing. Well, to some degrees, they do get involved in wars and shit. So there is something to be said about America. But a lot of the times nowadays, when it comes to colonizing countries or areas in countries, it's mostly big corporations that place like, oh, yeah, that country has cheap labor. Let me put a new factory there, and then let me just lobby the laws in that space. Now it's it's not countries. It's mostly like fucking huge corporations that are doing that shit, that are being no, colonizers nowadays. So as it to be like for it to be a race thing and about country versus country, it's not that anymore. It's now it's just the people of a country, a lot of the times even the poorer people of a country versus a rich corporation. That doesn't necessarily have to be from one of the previously colonizing countries, but a lot of the times it has, because, well, in history they did run away with a lot of money. Anyway, the other Twitter users who described themselves as Asian Americans seized on Don's dress. A form-fitting red cheongsam. That's not what it said at the top, did it?
Also known as a kipao.
Yeah, okay, that's why. Okay.
If
Where
you
is it?
just read 4 words.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah, also known as kipao. With black and gold ornaments designing as an example of cultural appropriation, a sign of disrespect and exploitation. See, I don't know how it actually exploits.
And I don't see how it disrespects.
I don't see either. I just don't get the word respect. Respect is a bullshit word to me anyway. Because there's a baseline. Nobody actually gets respect. People just get a baseline of it. And I don't think that's respect. Like the basic line of respect where you just leave people to their devices and don't get involved with their bullshit and don't judge them for what they're doing. I don't feel like that baseline, that the way you act with people you don't know, I don't feel like that's respect. I think that's just the baseline. Respect is when it goes beyond that. Respect is something you have for hardly any people, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Most people I just have that baseline for. If I meet someone, I'm not gonna have respect for them. I'm just gonna act like a baseline nice person. I'm not gonna do anything extra for them, and I'm not gonna be a dick to them. Unless when they act like assholes, and there is no real reason for them to act like assholes. If somebody acts like an asshole and you can clearly see that the reason why they're acting like an asshole is because of a bad day, then if you pick up on that, then you can calm them down and stuff as well. So I'm not saying that you always have to act like an asshole to someone who's an asshole, but I mean, there is a baseline there. I don't call that respect. Just treating people normally is not respect to me. That's just normal. Respect is just a step further. Respect is what you have, for example, if you watch wrestling and you just see like shit that Will Ospreay does or something. That type of stuff. Or just between family members that you find important. That's respect. Respect is something of a higher... That's not something that you're gonna have for fucking strangers on the internet. It's just it probably comes down to a different interpretation of a word, or a different severity of how we apply a word. It's similar with the whole culture thing, because there's a difference. Like for me, there's a huge split between like the ethnical culture itself, like the culture that is given to you because of where you were born and who your family members are and where your family descends from, and then your personal culture, what you kind of to some degree chose, or what clicked with you and what you then further decided to pursue. I feel like that second one is way more important because it's more defining of you personally, and I'm pretty much, I'm a pretty like I'm for individuals basically, because I do think that everyone's an individual. Nobody is a representative of their race, of their culture. I don't view anyone like that. If I see a dick who is an Arab, I'm not gonna be like, oh, what a dick Arab. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, that's a dick. I don't care that he's an Arab. He doesn't say it. Him being a dick doesn't tell me anything about other Arabs. Or, for example, if somebody's of Moroccan descent and he's like really nice, I'm not gonna be automatically like, oh, those Moroccans are nice. No, I'm just gonna be like, that person's nice. I don't see people as groups of whatever. I don't give a fuck about what group they belong to. And it's sure, depending on what it is, it will tell you something about someone. Religion is a more defining one than people's ethnicity, because a religion has more to do with day-to-day life than people's cultures, like than the ethnical part of the culture. Anyway. So, this isn't okay, wrote someone with the username Genie. I wouldn't wear traditional Korean, Japanese, or any other traditional dress, and I'm Asian. Yeah, but it doesn't even say from which country you are, so that's something that is left out there. I mean...
Yeah, and also, there was a thing about Japanese people wanting others to wear their traditional clothing, so, you're being fucking stupid there, Genie.
I wouldn't wear traditional Irish or Swedish or Greek dress either. What's traditional Swedish? What, Viking? I don't even know what that is. There's a lot of
Anyone would dress as a fucking Viking.
What,
are you not allowed to fucking wear Viking things or pirate clothing anymore? But these people will all die of a heart attack when they're here in Belgium, and if they would fucking go to Grass Pop or something. Like, fucking drinking out of a Viking horn.
There's non-Scottish people wearing kilts. What the fuck is this?
Yeah. What is this? Racism? No, that's what you do when you fucking...
I mean...
to me, that's more appreciate.
To be honest, that's also part of a culture. But then again, the question is there. What type of culture is important? Or is it all important? Is it all equally important? Like, is the ethnical part of it as important as like the part of a subculture or something? Or is what is more important? For me, the more individual part of culture is more important than the like.
She's just saying the Irish and Swedish and Greek parts just to be like, those are white people groups.
Yeah, I mean they're very much different.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you can't even tell a Greek and a Turkish person apart, even though they don't like each other, historically speaking. But there have been cases of people that were Greek and Turkish that I couldn't really see, like, oh, which one's what? So, to consider them white is a bit weird there, but yeah. I don't even know. Who gives a fuck about these races anyway? They all kind of slide over into each other. Because where does it end? Where does somebody, like, where do you see, like, oh, that person's no longer white? How is that even a thing? Where do you see that? Like, is there a scale? Is there, like, a clear cutoff somewhere that's, like, there's, like, a stripe, like, oh, you're a bit too brown, you're no longer white. Is there a thing there? I don't even know how to actually read that. But the problem is, as well, it's like even a part of it is also due to like immigration and stuff that people complain about. It's like, oh, whenever anyone moves countries, unless they move into a rich family or something, they're always gonna be at a losing game compared to somebody who is in that country, because you're gonna have to learn about the country, how it works. A lot of the time, you're gonna have to buy something there. Obviously, if you start off selling your shit somewhere else, then maybe, yeah, you could potentially buy something with that in other country. So it's a bit of a weird one there. But this is just about a dress. That's completely different.
Yeah.
So when the, let's say, outrage instead of furor reached Asia, many people seem to be scratching their heads. Far from being critical of Daum, who's not Chinese, many people in mainland China, Hong Kong and Taiwan proclaimed her choice of a traditional high-necked dress as a victory for Chinese culture. I'm very proud to have our culture recognized by people in other countries, said someone called Snail Trail, commenting on the post of the Utah episode by the popular account on WeChat. The message on the social media platform that had been read more than 100,000 times. It's ridiculous to criticize this cultural appropriation, Zhao Yong, a Hong Kong-based cultural...
To me, would be like, oh, so he actually knows more about it than...
Yeah, but at least the Chinese part of things.
Rise out. Yeah, and he's Hong Kong based. Yeah.
From the perspective of a Chinese person, if a foreign woman wears a kipao and thinks she looks pretty, then why shouldn't she wear it? If anything, the uproar surrounding Daum's dress prompted many Chinese to reflect on examples of cultural appropriation in their own country. Well, at least I guess it's done something. So does it mean when we celebrate Christmas and Halloween, it's cultural appropriation? Asked Larissa.
Well, apparently.
I mean,
I think that's fucking stupid.
I mean, if you go by the by what people said cultural appropriation is, like, Christmas is fucking cultural appropriation because it's just stolen from Sinterklaas from here. No. Isn't that actually cultural appropriation then?
Yeah. But they won't accept that. They'll be like, here's my bias.
So there's a story of the holy man who saved some children from a witch that was gonna eat them or something. That's like the backstory that we were always given. And he gives children gifts on the 6th of December. That got taken by Americans. Same people who always complain about cultural appropriation, and turned into Christmas and then spread worldwide. With basically the holiday being about consumerism, let's say. I mean, Christmas, obviously, because they can't just pack it as like, hey, we want you to buy shit for each other. That's Christmas. Obviously, there is this fake thing what Christmas is about, and to most people, I'm saying fake thing, but I do prefer to also look at Christmas like that. This is like a time of being together. It's cold outside. You want to be together. There's maybe family members that you don't see that often, but there aren't part of family that you don't even give a fuck about, but they're still like in the, like, let me check up on them every now and then. Part of that group of the family. They're still around, so yeah. And Halloween, yeah. Well, that was... Does that still have its roots far enough from where it came from? I don't even know. I don't know enough about Halloween. It is something that made its way over here.
But why should it matter what you want to dress up as in Halloween?
Shouldn't really, because it doesn't do
you
much.
You should just dress up as whatever the fuck you want.
See, to me, this is just basically the internet's fault and people don't understanding the internet. That's basically what this is about. Why is it the internet's fault? Because the internet takes stuff out of context. If you're like, hey, we're in this country, this is normal here. And then people put it online and it's like, hey, that's not normal here. We're gonna judge that because we have our values and they're somehow, they should be applied on your country. That's why we're gonna complain about it from here. Fuck off. Just look at your own stupid fucking country. I guess this was America to America then, so... But then it was America complaining about America about China, so... this is just... this is... all just so complicated because of that. It doesn't really matter, does it? So it's basically making something complicated out of something that's almost not even important.
Yeah.
So, others were quick to point out that the Kipao, as it's known in China, was introduced by the Manchus, an ethnic minority group from China's northeast, implying that the garnet was itself appropriated by the majority Han Chinese. In its original form, the dress was worn in a baggy style, mostly by upper-class women during the Qing dynasty, which ruled China for more than 250 years until 1912. It was only in the 1912s to 1930s, when Western influence began seeping into China, that the kipao was reinvented to become seductive body-hung dress by...
Right.
So, Western
it's-
influence.
Exactly.
So she's basically... Let me see if I get this right. So, it's... it's cultural appropriation when this dress isn't even the original kipao, but is a dress that is influenced by Western society in the 1930s. Okay, that makes sense. See what the problem is with this cultural appropriation stuff? It's nobody really owns anything. It's always like influences by each other. Something is invented somewhere or made somewhere and popularized somewhere, or sometimes it's made somewhere and popularized somewhere else. And it's never really, you can't really ever say that a certain culture has like a full-on monopoly on something. It always has, to some degree, has been influenced by some other cultures. So yeah, for many cinephiles, it has become inextricably associated with Maggie Cheung, the actress who wore a stunning array of chewing-gums in Wong Kar-wai's 2000 film In the Mood for Love. These days, it is rare to see Chinese women wearing kipaos on the street. Western fast fashion has taken over. The kipao has made something of a comeback among some official figures, like the country's first lady, Peng Liujin.
Are you saying that in China, they're appropriating Western fashion?
Yeah, apparently.
How dare they?
No. No. It's because apparently, like, I don't even know. You can't even say that Chinese people are a huge minority in the world, so that's hard to. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, no, it's different because it's like the West is just trying to take over, trying to wash out their, trying to whitewash. They're trying to whitewash their culture by putting our culture there. See, that's what's happening.
Right.
Yeah, they always need to find a way to just blame it on Western society. To Chinese, it's not sacred and it's not that meaningful, said Huang Huang. Huang Huang?
Beijing.
A Beijing-based writer and fashion blogger in an interview.
He's very hung. He's Hung Huang.
If you see a woman wearing a kipao, she's probably a waitress in a restaurant or a bride. Back in the United States, Daum, overwhelmed with the sudden wave of both praise and condemnation, was not backing down. To everyone who says I'm ignorant, I fully understand everyone's concerns and views on my dress, she wrote on Twitter. I mean no harm. I am in no way being discriminative or racist. I'm tired of all the backlash and hate when my only intent was to show my love. See? But that's the thing.
That should be the only thing that really matters. Reason. The fucking reason.
It's not like she put like 2 chiclets in her mouth and be like, oh, Mita Thali. Like,
Yeah.
she didn't do that with the dress. She just wore it.
You didn't fucking ding 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 ding.
Yeah, she didn't do anything else but wear the dress, actually. And as we saw about the story about the dress, it doesn't really seem like Chinese people give a fuck about it. Maybe the people who are part of the minority group that came up with the dress, what was it called, the Manchus? Maybe they give a fuck. Maybe they feel like their culture is being appropriated. Who knows? We don't know.
Let's ask them.
Yeah, I'm gonna polish up my Chinese. I don't even know Chinese, so it's gonna be a long path. I'll give you the answer in like 5 years or something. Idaho school can't find small bit of weapon grade plutonium.
I'm gonna read this one.
Can I first ask a question?
Oh my god.
Why does a school have weapons grade plutonium?
That's why I put it in here.
Yeah,
That's why I chose this article.
it's a real short one, so it's not even.
Yeah, I know. In Boise, Idaho, anal penetration.
Yes.
In Idaho University, says. Wow. Okay, I'm already done. Hello?
I think AP is alternative press or something. I think it's Boise, Idaho alternative press in Idaho University says. It still doesn't make any sense.
No, because in Idaho University is the fucking beginning.
Yeah, it has a capital letter, so it is the
In
beginning.
Idaho University says it can't find a small amount of radioactive weapons-grade plutonium about the size of a U.S. quarter. And federal officials are proposing an 8,500 fine.
But it's a school. Don't they already have like fucking just barely enough money to just provide quality? Well, they won't be able to provide quality education because it's the United States. So, okay, let's just move away from that.
The U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission said in a statement Friday that Idaho State University can't account for a third of an ounce, 1 gram, of the material that's used in nuclear reactors and to make nuclear bombs.
Oh, but it is a university, so they're getting paid shitloads by people who go there.
Mm.
So yeah, it's a different story. Never mind my previous comments.
Officials say the amount is too small to make a nuclear bomb, but could be used to make a dirty bomb to spread radiation.
You dirty bomb.
Fine, you dirty bomb. Officials say the amount is too small to make a nuclear bomb, but could be what?
Yeah, that's what you already read.
What?
Yes.
I didn't say anything. Deja vu. The university says documents from 2003 and 2004 identify the material as being on campus. But the school in Pocatello says a search in October failed to find the plutonium. School officials didn't immediately respond to inquiries from the Associated Press. Maybe someone just took it home.
Yeah, maybe somebody just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take this home. Same problem. Ugh, I'm feeling bad. I need to go before we
Yeah,
go
but
to the next.
What the fuck do I do?
You have to talk about something.
I don't know what the fuck to talk about.
Talk about uranium and dresses. I don't even know.
I'm gonna check if there's a uranium dress.
I'm just feeling really bad again.
Uranium dresses. Oh, I can't find any uranium dresses, I think. Yeah, let's see. No. Oh, Phileas, what's up? What's up, Philly? That's my dog, Philly. He's making noises. But he's a good doggy who likes to hump stuff. He likes to hump stuff. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't know what to talk about, and no one's. Is someone watching? I want to know if someone is watching. Type something. Doesn't matter what. Like, I literally do not give a shit what you type. Just type something. And if you're a really lame person, you can just literally type something. Choice is yours. I hope Trolumbo won't be too long on the toilet taking a massive fucking shit because I don't know. Phileas, 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 come here, come here, come here, come here. No. Beep, beep. No. Okay. Sorry for the distraction by my dog. He's a noisy little fucker. Right, Phileas? Tell me I'm right. Yeah, this isn't going anywhere, is it? Yeah. So, what do you guys think would be an interesting topic to once talk about? Like, if anything, not just something to rant about, just something fun to talk about. Like, let's see. Anything true crime related, or about cryptids. Did I say cryptid? Well, cryptid, right? That's what they called. Cryptozoology. You have a lot of cryptids. That's fucking funny to say. A cryptid. Found a list. A whole Amomongo. Fucking wolf. This would be interesting to talk about. Like the beast of blood and bone, which is blood-sucking feline-like predator. Ooh. Basically a vampire. Or no, Bigfoot is fucking boring. Fuck you. What about Black Shuck, which is a black ghost dog? Okay, cool. Why not? Or you can also have a bunyip.
A bunyip?
Yeah. I
What's
was going through a list of cryptids.
What's a bunyip?
A bunyip is a lake and cave animal. Like in Australia.
Yeah.
Looks like some kind of water, like underwater surviving jaguar. I don't know what the fuck it looks like.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's
Sounds
the next
cool.
thing?
Well, before we do the video,
Yeah.
we're gonna be doing the next thing. If I can get rid of the static here again.
What is it?
Ta-da.
Straight up with its hole?
Yes. We have some of that shit. But it has a new I got a new title screen for Straight Up the Twit Hole and a new look for Straight Up the Twit Hole itself as well.
Ah, I see.
You're gonna see when it loads up.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Straight
check
Up the
it out.
Twit Hole.
Oh, I see it.
Does it look better?
Yeah, it does actually.
And let's go to the next thing. Here it is.
But I read it as straight to the up to it hole. But okay. Yeah. Well,
So, the woman who played, I was gonna say Iron Man, which doesn't make any sense, who played Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, had like, I guess she had a deal with Huawei, so she had to make, or sorry, Huawei, how do you pronounce it? Is it Huawei? Yeah.
Huawei.
Huawei.
Wow.
Anyway, this phone brand to advertise the newest. That's not even the newest. 10 Huawei 10 Mate 10 Pro. That's not the newest one, is it? Right? Because you have a P20, P20
Yeah,
Plus now.
yeah.
I feel like that's the strongest, like the best one they have right now. Anyway, so what happened is she tweeted this out. Say hello to my new mate. Because it's the Huawei Mate 10 Pro. Get it? Yeah. And then it says at Huawei Device USA, pic.twitter, blah blah blah. Then you can see via Twitter for iPhone. Yes.
It's just something funny.
That is just something funny, yeah. I mean, I can't really hold it against her. It's something.
And I've seen something similar happen like that before.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can really say about that, but I just thought it was funny. It doesn't really have to be horrible all the time. It doesn't have to be the most horrible shit we find on Twitter. So it can be funny.
I've seen something like that happen in like. So it's something to do with WWE.
Yeah. But let's be honest here. If you're as rich as she is, you're not gonna really have much of an advantage by Huawei itself, because Huawei is basically the brand that has like quality phones at a lower price, but if you can afford like the whatever, an iPhone or whatever, the thing that would be technically the best that a lot of people wouldn't really need to have, like, I mean, why would you even see the advantage in that then? It's like somebody here who had like millions in the bank would go for like Scarlet Internet or something.
Yeah, no one will understand that here.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's a really cheap provider for internet and digital television. That's basically what that is. And so that their service is pretty crap. And the only reason I've heard people want to go for it is because they're poor, basically. That's all. So yeah, what I'm saying is that if something is good price quality wise, and you're rich, you're probably not gonna go for a thing that's good price quality wise, but you're just gonna go for a thing that's supposedly the best, even if the price is higher. And I wouldn't actually even disbelieve the fact that somebody who's rich and is like a movie star has two phones, for example, and one of them being an Android, one of them being an iPhone, just to have the advantages of both. If there is such a thing as an advantage of Android over iPhone or the other way around, I don't fucking know or care about that. I think it's all just personal preference anyway. So yeah, let's move on to the next thing. It's just that this is another thing that's basically pretty funny. You'll see I'll have you read the title. It's somebody tweeting out an article basically, but the title is pretty funny. It's done by the Independent.
Straight people are having more gay sex. What? What? What does that even mean?
Straight people are having a lot of gay sex. This is the official finding of a recently published study which analyzed survey data from more than 24,000 undergraduates. I
doubt they're actually straight when they have gay sex.
I mean, here's the thing. There's two possibilities here. Either you're straight and you have gay sex because it's like you just want to try it once and then you're like, yeah, that's not for me. And then, I mean, somebody who tries gay sex and then says it's not for me is probably straight.
Yeah.
So that's a straight man having gay sex. Maybe that's happening more. But if it's the other way around, if it's like, yeah, I'm straight, but I'm having a lot of gay sex, it's like, doesn't that mean that you're bisexual? So,
yeah,
if it's that second one, if the study refers to the first thing I said, then this is actually a good title. Otherwise, it's a misleading title. That's basically what I'm saying. But anyway, that's just a positive thing. If people feel more at ease so that they have the type of sex that feels good for them, that's good. Nothing bad can be said about that. Just
But
a weird article
if
title.
you enjoy gay sex and you think you're a straight man, you're probably bisexual.
Yeah, and being bisexual is even a bit of a gradient, right? There's bisexual people who prefer, like,
Yeah.
yeah, bisexual men who prefer male companionship, or who prefer female. It's like some people who are bisexual only have like, basically had 1 in 10 of their sexual partners being like male, and other 9 out of them being female. So it doesn't really say anything. So if you truly like have like loved or been attracted to someone of the same sex, even if that doesn't happen, and it's mostly some people of the other sex that you're attracted to, you could still be bisexual. So, still a thing. Enjoy
Is it-
sex.
Is it time for that video?
Now there's one last one.
Oh.
Has to be an angry one. There was apparently a day for freedom. I think that's a typo. Because I don't think it was called a day for freedom. It's everyone's favorite racist shitlord, I guess.
I don't know. Events like the Day for Freedom are ultimately demoralizing on a deep psychological level. Every public expression of national pride must be accompanied by a collection of freaks, Muslims, and non-whites.
So, this by itself doesn't say much, but what actually happened was there was a day for freedom. It was apparently a alt-right thing, but if you call yourself Day for Freedom, like, wouldn't that just imply that everyone's welcome?
Yeah,
I mean,
because that's freedom.
yeah, even if you weren't like alt-right, you would fucking probably go there if you're for freedom of speech and that type of shit. So, well, apparently there was a transvestite or something who put on a show there, and a lot of people were complaining about that. And I think this tweet is like a bit of an underhanded attack at that. That's why it says a collection of freaks. But like, what's wrong with a fucking transvestite to begin with? That's a person's own choice, isn't it? Well, how does the fuck does that affect you? Or are people complaining about, oh, but the children. Isn't that part of freedom of speech? Just also not fucking over protecting your children from reality. Isn't that part of freedom of speech? I mean, if you're so for freedom of speech, then maybe you should just change the fucking way you look at raising children. I mean, how many people I've seen... And by the way, like, if you're a parent or something, and you raise your... How many hours do you spend a day with your kids? How is one fucking instance of seeing a gay person on television, or whatever, or seeing a transvestite gonna make them gay or a transvestite? That's not how it works. Either they are that way or they aren't. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna have an effect on someone. It just seems like
But
some
a
bullshit.
lot of people are stupid. I thought we already went over this.
Yeah, but like I think we have to go over that every show. So, because that's basically one of the things that the show is about. People are stupid. Here's how people are stupid in exact details. See how stupid people are. Anyway, for the video, here's the last thing. I made a new segment that's really short. It has a nice name. You're gonna love it.
The best.
Yeah, it's unbeatable. Not like the graffiti on the wall. That's you can beat that. You can beat that off. Did it load yet for
Eat
you?
my ads. It'll penis on the wall.
Yeah, I had to draw a penis on the wall because why not?
Great.
So this is about like misleading and weird ads. So we're just gonna laugh at that. So stuff that is really, some of it is like straight out of like, it's like slice of life basically. So like this one's funny. If you see this in store, we talked about Sinterklaas earlier. There he is. Or is it? Did it load yet?
Oh.
That's kind of hilarious, isn't it? Come on. You gotta admit.
Looks like a fucking. Looks more like the Easter Bunny.
It isn't actually. That is an Easter bunny.
Yeah.
Check it. That is an
Yeah.
Easter bunny. It's like
Cool.
it's like the package is Santa Claus, but it was like a chocolate Easter bunny. Can you imagine giving that to your kids? They'll be like really confused if they still believe in Santa Claus. It's like, what? Oh, Santa Claus tried to prank you. It's just he's a funny guy. I mean, you could. I think parents could easily throw that off. But that also the face of that Easter bunny looks demonic. If I might add that. Just check it. Check it.
Yeah, it looks evil.
It's like,
Fuck you on the ass. When
Yeah.
you least expect it.
probably something like that. So oh shit, this quality of this is shit, but hey. So this is basically, yeah, we've all seen this when we order it. We walk into McDonald's and it's like, oh, I like that burger.
Oh yeah.
It looks so amazing. And then you get it and it's like, what's this shit? Who sat on this? It basically looks like the burger that you get is the same burger, but some fat guy just sat on it for like 20 minutes. And farted on it so the salad like turned less fresh. And
Why the fuck do they do that? That's what I wonder.
I think this burger that you see here, it's really just so that you buy it. Because if you would put this out, people wouldn't really be as likely.
No, but I mean,
I wouldn't give a
that,
fuck.
That's not my question, is it?
Oh, but the burgers. Because apparently to make a burger look like this silly shit, takes a lot of work, and apparently some of it is also due to lighting and Photoshop and shit.
Right.
Yeah, it's like basically like supermodels. They just work on them even more. That's basically what they do. They Photoshop these burgers and shit. So they look amazing.
Was it like Rhett and Link or only one of them
Mm-hmm.
who went around to different fast foods and ordered a burger, and then he asked them, like, then he returned when he got them and be like, could you make it more like on the picture? I think they only declined to do it once. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there was also one time where it pretty much almost looked the same the first time he actually got a burger.
Yeah, but I like to believe that my burgers actually look more like the first one than like the second one.
Well, yeah.
But then again, I just make a burger to eat it. I don't make like a million burgers in a row. So it's probably also down to that. So
Yeah.
I mean, they still taste fucking good. So yeah, it's just a bit of a false advertisement, I guess.
Yeah.
Just like this next thing. I don't even know what it's supposed to be. If you don't look at the package, and you look at what's inside, I don't even know what it's supposed to be. Did you see it now?
That looks nothing alike.
Can you imagine Can you imagine if you have a kid that really likes pandas? It's like its favorite animal. I like pandas. They're the cutest, most adorable animals. Okay, there's some panda ice cream. Here it is. Ah. That's ice cream with
It's,
chocolate boobs on it.
It's a faceless clown with Mickey Mouse ears.
No, those are boobs. They even have nipples. Check it out.
Oh. Yeah.
That's fucking racist. Jeez. Let's start outrage about this. That's fucking racist. Jesus. Anyway, next thing.
Animal rights organization that made panda porn.
I guess so. So the next one is like just basically outdated bullshit that wouldn't fly anymore today, but it's just still funny to check at it from like a modern perspective. I mean, if Americans can look at everything from their American perspective, we can look at old shit from modern day perspective and just completely
Yeah.
misrepresent it.
Filter the smoke.
Yeah. So it's like,
As your
hey,
dentist, I would recommend Viceroys.
would there really have been? Could would there be have been a time when this was actually like? Would this have taken long before people would be like, "Yeah, this is bullshit"? Would there be like, how long could this have taken that there were like dentists who actually says, "Yeah, these cigarettes are just the best"? Or does the fact they say like these cigarettes are recommended by dentists, does that mean that they already realized that cigarettes were bad for your teeth? I don't even know. But yeah, there you have it. Apparently these cigarettes are the best for your teeth. Great, right?
Yeah.
I feel like we can do the last thing. And then finish off this podcast. Oh, this 18 plus. It's not porn, people. Say it.
Just...
I don't even know why it says 18 plus. It wasn't like it was that graphic. Jesus. What's this wanking shit? Anyway, let's start this because it's a together tube, so I can start and pause whenever I want and skip ahead.
Yeah.
So yeah. Your name, what? Far Drake and Absurd Table. We get some weird names again. Anyway, it's starting. Yeah.
Stop plugging.
I don't know why people plug this type of compilation shit. I mean, what are they trying to censor? His nose?
Yeah.
Does he have a really recognizable nose?
I think it's another watermark. Like.
So they stole it and they fucking... They're gonna show another angle of this shit. The guy running away from the cop with his car. There's dash cam footage that they're switching to now. Yeah, now he just fucking does his intro. It has the same watermark. You just stole it from the same fucking video. See, you can see the cop was dragged along a bit.
Yeah. Oh, is it the guy that a bit further he ended up crashed somewhere? No. Is that
No,
not it?
it's not. It's not like he ends up crashed. It's like that. Somebody gets thrown out of the car. It's the same
What
car.
the fuck?
And the car's still running off. This is the same car, right? See this? This to me I don't get.
GTA.
Yeah, there's traffic. Why would you ram a car? Even if this car is dangerous, you ramming a car when there's clearly oncoming traffic is also dangerous. I mean, it didn't hit another car, but it could have definitely skid into another car, so I don't get the way the police did that. I just always thought like GTA was like really fucking fucked up crazy, but there seems to be some truth to the way like fucking police operates in the United States. Are they like all ex-military or something? I mean, when you see Americans complaining about, oh, there's military personnel on the streets in Europe. Oh, your fucking cops act more like they're on like in a country on foreign soil in a war than the fucking military over here.
Yeah.
So what is that argument about? Like, what the fuck are you even saying there? Is that the
But
guy?
They don't want to listen to reason.
See, that is the guy, right? He looks the same. But I don't recognize him without his nose, but I've never seen his nose, so. Yeah, we know they're trying to get the guy out. Nothing really happens anymore. They're just pulling him out of there. That's basically it. You have to say that guy was an ass.
Yeah.
He deserved what he got. They were even.
Did he kick him in the head instead of the glass of the car?
Yeah. But they did tell him to close his eyes, though. Well, yeah, this guy deserved what he was coming. But for the
Oh,
rest of
yeah.
this video, I don't really see anything. Like, this I don't get. This one makes no sense to me. They started from the same fucking watermark is blurred out.
What's going on? I'll be happy to tell you once I see who I'm talking to, alright? I need you to let me know, like, what's going on, like, what happened? Like I said, I'd be happy to tell you once I see information. I'm not giving you my information until you tell me what you pulled me over for. Alright, sir. Failure to give me my information is an arrestable offense, okay? So you can either do
Really?
this the easy way or the hard way, alright? I need to know what you're pulling me over for. I'm going to tell you once I see information, alright?
That sounds like fucking crazy.
You're absolutely ridiculous, alright? I don't care. Alright, step out of the car. It's been 2 minutes.
For all I know, you could be trying to kill me. Oh, that's ridiculous. Then fucking 3 other cops show up.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's definitely sending a message like, hey, this is fine. Jesus.
You're going to jail is what's going on.
It's just some crazy shit.
What charges? On what charges?
What the fuck did he even do that for? See, how is this? What is the title of this video? Instant justice? How the fuck is this justice? Couldn't that stupid retarded cop just have told him why he pulled him over? Why he had to give his information? Like, isn't that fucking normal?
Pretty sure they're supposed to do that. Pretty sure they have to say.
The only way this would be instant justice if another car would crash into the car, fucking crushing those cops now.
Yeah. I hope all 3 cops were fired.
They probably weren't. They probably didn't even have anything there. Oh, is that a black guy that they're beating up? Man, that was definitely not something I would have expected to happen in America. Oh, they need 4 people. Fucking.
It would be funny if someone put a lawnmower like over their heads.
It would be funny if like a truck that was like a monster truck or something that wouldn't hit the guy on the floor, just hit them all in the face, just drove over. Like driven by a deranged lunatic that later got arrested, so that nobody actually involved fucking got what wasn't coming to them. See, this is another one. I get what happens here to some degree, but then it just goes insane again as well. And where I don't agree with it being justice.
What do you mean?
I don't even know which fucking country they're in here, but I don't know what's happening.
I mean, he's clearly trying to get away.
Yes, that's all fine and good, but it's what happens afterwards. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. See? Somebody runs. And apparently... What's this next shit here? Somebody standing there? Did she have a gun or not? I don't even know what's happening. Why do they have guns? Did somebody just shoot? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Why did someone shoot? There's cars around. For all you know, the fucking bullet could have ricocheted and hit someone in another car. It had nothing to do with the shit. Okay, a person gets thrown on the floor. Is that a fucking kid? Are they fucking putting a kid to the floor?
I want to throw them off the fucking bridge.
What the fuck is this? Nazi Germany or something? Jesus.
I've seen fucking child killers be treated more politely than that.
Yeah. See what I said with there's no music? It just sounds like there's like YouTube music.
Yeah.
Then again, there's no sound when there's music, so it shouldn't even be sound now. I'll just turn it down so we can, so it's not overwhelming. Okay, this next one.
That one made sense though. Police
Yeah.
was just defending himself there.
Yeah. But as you can see, like, most of these had something weird in it. Just like where you say, like,
Yeah.
okay, the cops are doing something they shouldn't be. Why the fuck would you fucking throw a kid on the floor? I still don't get that. And then put a knee on his back? What the fuck were they even doing? Okay, I get that if you see a kid with a machine gun running towards you and it's like actually starts firing or shit that you would shoot in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, I could understand that, but
But he came out of the car with his hands up, and they throw him on the floor.
yes, doesn't make any fucking sense.
I think it would be instant justice if those cops would get thrown off the fucking bridge that they were on.
Yeah, but why were they even shooting at something? I know one of them was holding a gun like this, so they confiscated a gun from someone, it seems. But you don't really see if anyone was waving a gun or some shit. And I get fucking hell this truck chase takes a long time.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Can't you skip it a bit then?
I don't know where it happens again, so I think it's pretty close. Oh.
See, is the truck crashing?
Yeah. But I just don't remember exactly how. Oof.
Well, to me, that seems like karma.
Yeah.
If the guy was actually driving away, and if he just didn't lose control of the truck and couldn't brake anymore.
That would have been bad.
Yeah.
What was the reason that the truck was running? That was my question.
Yeah.
All of these lack context, actually, if you just get this shit out of there. So... what the fuck happened? Is he coming out of the top of the truck? Or did the door fall off?
I don't know.
Okay, anyway. You can see you can get the highest resolution dash cam. So if you want to know what that was, it was there. Fucking hell. Yeah, that is a thing. Like, I get that people, like, for example, black people or something in America are scared to deal with cops. If that's like the natural reaction of like cops, like, yeah, I'm asking questions here. There's no way that clear communication can come if we just talk to each other.
I know you probably would have fucking given me your ID if I just simply were not as dumb and just fucking told you why I needed to see it in the first place.
I mean,
but then I wouldn't be able to beat up a black guy.
Yeah, is it just me, or do these cops just want to provoke aggression from other people so that they can add more charges to people's fucking charges that they're already gonna give them? It's like, oh, this guy was speeding, better be a dick to him so that he tries to punch me so that I can fucking arrest him for that as well. So I can add that to the charges. Is that basically how it goes? Do they just make more money out of it then? It's like, oh, more charges, more money for me. Because if that's the fucking system, the way it works, that's completely fucking flawed. A cop's pay should never depend on how many people he fucking, like, catches or shit.
No.
I mean, if you're... definitely not on that level. If you're like a homicide detective and you crack the most cases, like, maybe you should get a bonus. That makes sense. But if you're just like a cop that's trying to just add like charges to people because it makes you more of a, if you get more of a cut for it, that would be bullshit. Like if I were like, oh, for every charge I put on something, I get like 20% of what they have to pay for that. Okay, I'll let them just attack me and just be a dick, because it's easy. When people are confused, to get them angry, like when you come at someone, it's like, and he generally doesn't know, like, so okay, so what did I do wrong? And then you don't give someone the answer and you're just being a dick to them. That's gonna lead to aggression, definitely. And you fucking know that unless you're retarded. And I think people in that line of work should definitely be taught how to handle people who are aggressive or whatever. Shouldn't they be prepared for that shit? Shouldn't it be like, oh, let's de-escalate the situation, because it's fucking easy in that case. If you give people the information there, like, oh, well, I'm arresting you because of this. That, and then if somebody says I didn't do that, well, we have proof of that, sir. So don't try and be an ass. And if then he doesn't want to give it, and he still says it's bullshit, obviously you can be, but it's just fucking not even telling people what they did wrong. That seems like a fucking bullshit way of going about shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, America's still weird and strange, and just a fucking weird ass country. I would never want to live there, like I said before. Anyway, why does Perry have a Perry?
Yes.
Why do you have a scene called Pokemon?
Oh, 'cause I was trying to do Pokemon trading cards,
Ah,
like online.
okay, okay.
But it kept on there. I was basically doing what your computer was doing.
I was lagging.
Oh, attack.
Okay. What the fuck is Phileas doing?
Nothing.
I heard Phileas.
What's that sound then?
Me typing on my keyboard, maybe.
Fucking hell! It sounds like somebody sucking the microphone with a vacuum cleaner.
Now Phileas is walking this way.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, we had everything that we had prepared for this podcast. We've done it all. If you'd want to join us, we will catch you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and be a real Lolzosaurus. That's the thing we used to say. Oh. Damn. Yeah, there were some tiring articles. I feel like we had a lot to talk about, so yeah, it's good.